Breaking now on 4 News Now at 6, an Airway Heights couple has been arrested for traveling with their adopted daughter's body in a coffin, while one of them says they didn't report her death to the coroner.
You'll want to take it slow if you're hitting the roads tonight, as we have another round of freezing fog forming in our area. But that's not the only travel hazard I'm tracking in the First Alert forecast.
Your child's favorite app could be putting them at risk. Why lawmakers and the FBI say TikTok could be used for more than just sharing videos online. You're watching 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
And we begin with that breaking news. A couple from Airway Heights is now sitting in a South Dakota jail for traveling with their 8-year-old adopted daughter's body in their U-Haul. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. Police say Alexander Kermoyarev and his girlfriend Mandy Miller were traveling with the girl's body in a coffin. As of now, police don't know how or when the child died. Our Rania Kaur is live outside their home tonight as investigators search for answers. Rania.
Aaron, Kirsten, just a few minutes ago, I learned that couple is now being detained for homicide by abuse. Tomorrow, the Airway Heights Police Department and the Spokane County Prosecutor's Office will be applying for their arrest warrant. They started searching their home yesterday evening after being contacted by the City of Mitchell, South Dakota's police department. Police said in a news release the couple reached out to the coroner's office, saying that they traveled from Washington to South Dakota with their dead adoptive daughter in a coffin. They say she was 8 years old. Police say the couple told them their daughter died a little before Halloween. Airway Heights Police Chief Bradley Richmond tonight with Spokane County's Major Crimes Unit is searching for answers.
I want to be careful and cognizant to try to protect the integrity of the investigation as they're ongoing, because we want to make sure this child has justice.
Police say the couple told officers that they didn't ask for medical attention for the 8-year-old because, quote, they wanted more time with her. Since the couple did not report the daughter's death to the state, they're already facing misdemeanor charges. Right now, they're in South Dakota, where police have them in custody. And of course, they're being detained again for homicide by abuse charges. That's a new update we've learned since 5 o'clock. We'll be continuing to bringing you updates right here on KXLY and on our website at KXLY.com. In Airway Heights tonight, I'm Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
TikTok is one I worry about a lot because of the security ramifications of it. That's terrifying.
Parents are worried, and the state of Idaho is now banning TikTok on some devices. The app is under fire, and your safety could be at risk. Today's the first day TikTok is not allowed on state-issued devices in Idaho after Governor Little signed an executive order.
At the federal level, some lawmakers want the app gone in America. They're calling into question what's being done with the private information. Parents are trying to keep up with the trend while keeping their kids safe. New at 6 o'clock, Esther Bauer is here to explain the issue and ways to protect your family.
Well, guys, Governor Little says he is concerned about the app because of security threats posed by China. Over 1 billion people use TikTok, and while parents are concerned, some are using the threat as a way to teach their kids about online safety.
Social media is not going away.
TikTok is taking over, gaining new users by the day, while parents worry about their kids' safety when scrolling.
I worry about TikTok because there are national security ramifications for it. It's not a safe app, and I shouldn't have it.
But Amber McCollum does have TikTok because she wants to know what her kids are seeing and start conversations about cyber safety.
I need to be relevant. They need to know that I understand. How does this happen? You know, what are the vulnerabilities? Like, how do you protect yourself? And I just need to be able to be relevant enough to have a conversation in a crisis.
The FBI is sounding the alarm on the app, saying we don't share the same values as China.
The idea of entrusting that much data, that much ability to shape content and engage in influence operations, that much access to people's devices, in effect to that government, is something that concerns us.
Safety research company SafeWise says what you put on TikTok is not private. The app tracks, records, and shares your information. SafeWise suggests using a VPN or virtual private network if possible.
I don't have an answer.
It's a complicated issue with no easy solution.
It's super difficult. But what I know is as long as the kids have it, I'll have it. And we'll talk about ways to make it safer.
Safety is the goal as the nation looks for answers on ways to balance social media with national security. And when it comes to a federal TikTok ban, that discussion is far from over. This week, 3 lawmakers introduced a bill that would ban TikTok from operating in the U.S. We'll track that legislation closely and keep you updated on changes to TikTok. Reporting in studio tonight, Esther Bauer, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Esther. A man threatening to kill his roommates was killed this morning after an overnight standoff in Pullman.
A SWAT officer shot him when he was barricaded and started firing shots from his apartment. Our Destiny Richards was in Pullman this morning and walks us through what happened.
After an hours-long overnight standoff, a SWAT officer shot and killed a man threatening to kill his 2 roommates. Now, by sunrise, police say there's no active danger to the community, but there's still an active investigation into what happened.
Another violent incident in another college town, but this one ends differently.
After unsuccessful negotiations, his escalating behavior, and a continued danger to the public and others, the male was shot by a member of the Whitman County Regional SWAT team.
Pullman police say a call came in just after 8:30 last night about a man threatening to kill his 2 roommates at an apartment on Latah Street. The roommates were safely evacuated, as well as everyone in the apartment complex. Those living and working nearby were alerted to shelter in place. A WSU alert was also sent out to students sometime overnight.
The whole town of Pullman's basically campus, so we didn't know where it was or what was happening, so it was definitely really scary and makes you panic a little bit.
Washington State Patrol is taking over the investigation and says it could take days to complete. WSP also tells us this early in the investigation, there's no indication the incident is related to the Moscow murders that took place near the University of Idaho more than a month ago. Reporting in Pullman, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
Well, some freezing fog and more ice on your driveway, I bet. Pay attention to the forecast as we wrap up this work week. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here with what that fog is doing and when it's expected to clear.
Well, it is already reforming across the region. This picture is out from the Spokane National Weather Service. There's the Doppler radar from Stephen Van Horn, a forecaster there. And you could see what the dense fog out in Airway Heights, out on Rambo Road, left behind that rime ice. So pretty on all of the trees. Here's a closer view. But we were out there driving, trying to get to the National Weather Service today and almost couldn't find it in the dense fog. Plus, the parking lot gets so slick. Even treated parking lots and sidewalks with that freezing fog can be tricky. Visibility right now is actually pretty good. We do not have those areas of dense fog forming, except right up around Omak, where we have visibility less than a quarter mile. Reads as 0. We're at 1 mile visibility at the airport in Spokane and at Fairchild Air Force Base, but that will be going downhill again tonight. Expect areas of dense fog and freezing fog, making those roads, sidewalks, and parking lots slick. Temperatures are below freezing throughout the region. 23 in Spangle. It's 22 right now in Cheney. 24 at the airport in Spokane and in Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, and Spirit Lake. Your forecast for this evening: freezing fog, temperatures dropping into the teens. Wouldn't rule out an isolated snow flurry with that thick fog. Then we have some more substantial snow and cold showing up in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know what our latest thoughts are about next week's weather in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. Moscow police say they're sorting through 22,000 registered 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantras. Like the one pictured here, these are stock photos, but the car would look similar to this. A car like this is believed to have been near the home of the 4 U of I students when they were killed. They're also looking into this surveillance photo of a white car taken at a nearby gas station around the time the murders took place. Tonight, the family of one of the victims is asking anyone with surveillance video to turn it over to police before it's too late. Our Vanessa Perez explains why waiting any longer could lead to critical video evidence being lost.
The clock is ticking, and the Gonzalez family says video surveillance could be erasing as more time goes by with the case unsolved. No matter how insignificant it may seem to you, it could help investigators crack the case.
I want this person found so bad.
A plea from parents desperate for answers to their daughter and the other victims' murders. The Gonzalez family fears video evidence could be disappearing.
It's the community that can help. So we really feel like that's a very technology savvy generation in that town, all those college students. So that's an asset, and to not take advantage of that asset seems pretty naive.
The Gonzalez family says they want to do anything they can to help the investigation, but believe investigators could be missing the mark.
Imagine if you're a parent and you have pertinent information to this, like that dog, and you're asking me to just shut up. It's not going to happen. I'm going to find a microphone and I'm going to talk to it, and I'm going to tell people this is important. Whether it helps solve the case or not, how can you eat that? How could you suppress that? It's something you know could help your child and help everyone in that house find justice. But you can't force them to ask you the question.
Christy Gonzalez speaks about what she believes happened in the early morning hours of November 13th.
And went in very methodical. I think he really thought it out. I think he was quick. I think it was quiet, and he got in and he got out.
Refuses to let this be the new normal in Idaho. They say they won't stop until the killer is found. The Gonzalez family is having a celebration of life for Kaylee and Maddie at the Lake City Church in Coeur d'Alene, December 30th. Live in studio, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Vanessa, thank you. The parents of one of the 3 University of Virginia football players who were shot and killed the same day as the U of I murders are pushing for stricter gun control laws, saying they don't want any other family to experience their pain.
The red flags were there, and this young man was still able to purchase a firearm. And that in itself is a red flag for our nation.
The shooting took place on a bus on campus after a field trip. The alleged shooter, Christopher Darnell Jones, faces multiple charges, including 3 murder charges.
Still ahead, a city in Western Washington has come up with a new way to crack down on people pushing shopping carts onto the streets. How they plan on enforcing it coming up. Plus.
And Washington State football is getting ready to take on Fresno State in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl here at SoFi Stadium. But why Cougars head coach Jake Dickert has mixed feelings about the bowl game schedule. I'll have that in the live report coming up next.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Save your green!
Get what you really want at Wendell Nissan. Murano, Rogue, Pathfinder, Frontier, Titan. It's our year-end clearance going on now. Great financing and selection on new and used vehicles. Wendell Nissan at the Y on North Division.
The Christmas holiday season is upon us, and the Plant Farm is ready to put your home decorations on display. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is ready to bring home, making your lights twinkle brighter and decorations dazzle. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is the coziness that brings families together and the symbol of hope and giving for the holidays. Bring home a Plant Farm Poinsettia today, because life is better in the garden.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire wants you to have all the comfort and total joy. Whether it's a cozy reason to hit snooze, eat dinner, or a spot to kick back, we have furniture that is good looking, well built, and comfortable. Just add your favorite people. In stock now. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Of the holidays at River Park Square.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we simply don't do that.
We ain't no big city slickers with second stickers.
It's business as usual.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Check out our website at cdahonda.com.
Get what you really want at Wendell Nissan. Murano, Rogue, Pathfinder, Frontier, Titan. It's our year-end clearance going on now. Great financing and selection on new and used vehicles. Wendell Nissan at the Y on North Division.
Washington State football's making its 7th consecutive bowl appearance and the 2nd straight under head coach Jake Dickert.
Dickert says this bowl game presents some unique challenges off the field. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us live from Los Angeles. Julian, explain.
Kirsten, Aaron, Washington State head coach Jake Dickert is happy the Cougs are in the LA Bowl, but it's put a serious dent in recruiting. National Signing Day is next Wednesday, and with the LA Bowl scheduled this Saturday, the Cougars lose out on a full recruiting weekend. So Dickert has been flying in and out of LAX all week long just to make up for lost time on these recruiting visits. Washington State also had 12 players enter the transfer portal over the past 2 weeks, making this recruiting cycle even more crucial.
I love that we're playing early. I love that we're playing in LA. We got a lot of Cougs in LA. We got a lot of our players from LA. You know, but you got to look at it from this standpoint too. We also lost an official visit weekend. We also lost a week of recruiting on the road that every other Power 5 in the country is out there doing. You know, so there's some challenges to this week, and you know, as of right now, the NCAA is not going to give us an extra visit date.
Dickert hasn't even had the chance to look to hire a new defensive or offensive coordinator, and those coaches have dipped out during this last few week portion as well. One area that Dickert's not going to have to worry about is at kicker. He knows Dean Janikowski is the guy that's going to be kicking the ball. We have his inspirational story coming up in sports in about 20 minutes or so. You're going to want to stick around for that. Live in Los Angeles, Julian Minnesone for News Now Sports.
Thank you, Julian. Looking nice and warm there. Friday planner is not warm. In fact, temperatures will be more than 10 degrees below average. It's going to be another gray day with freezing fog, possibly some snow flurries. There are some changes in the 7-day forecast. They do not include warmer weather. That's after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the limited time Hog Heaven pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
Brr, temperatures in the teens and snow on the way. Mark Peterson has your weekend forecast and a look ahead at what to expect over Christmas.
And Burzar, Spokane's largest all-local market, is back. See what's new this year tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Healthy communities need more than health care. This is MultiCare. We're here for you.
Here we grow again. Even more fun is headed to Spokane Tribe Casino. You love Caesar Sportsbook, the grill and bar, and larger variety of games we recently added. Gear up for a new food court, a completely smoke-free gaming area, a state-of-the-art entertainment venue, and more. Things just keep getting better. You're in for guaranteed Holly Jolly wins of free slot play, gift cards, or up to $1,000 cash. Play the Santa's Workshop kiosk game this December at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
The world's greatest magicians come together live on stage for a holiday spectacular. The Illusionist Magic of the Holidays.
December 26th at First Interstate Center. Buy now at ticketswest.com.
It's a Christmas to remember at Dishman. Get great buys on Ram trucks and Jeeps or special markdowns on pre-owned SUVs and four-wheel drives.
But our best offer is a free big screen TV with every purchase. This week at Dishman.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the limited time Hog Heaven pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
Time lapse today, looking over the arena. It's a very familiar scene. We've done this before. It's going to look very much like this again tomorrow. Some areas more prone to that dense fog than others. as you head out onto the West Plains, that's an issue. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We'll have areas of freezing fog tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures remain colder than average. Occasional snow flurries over the next couple of days, and then snow and cold next week. Here's what's going on. We have a northerly flow right now, keeping things cold. We're on the very eastern edge of a ridge of high pressure. Light winds, not a lot of movement at all in our atmosphere, and that will be the case for the next 24 to 48 hours. But we're starting to see some changes. This ridge of high pressure will weaken as we get through the weekend, and that will start allowing some systems to pass through, and they are not going to be warm. Coming from the north, bringing a chance of snow on Sunday. Right now looks to be fairly light, and then 2 additional rounds through next week. Temperatures, meanwhile, are going to stay below average. This white line way up here is our average high. It's at 33. It will stay at 33 through the end of December, but we're way down here in the 20s and even the teens for high temperatures. There's still 3 scenarios we're looking at for next week. Colder than average conditions with some light snow Sunday, and then a couple of additional times through the week. Some heavy snow midweek, followed by cold weather, and then moderate snow with very cold temperatures getting down below 0. Right now, leaning a little bit toward this second scenario, but all 3 are still in play as we are heading into an unusually complicated weather forecast. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the teens and 20s. High temperatures tomorrow, not much of a warm up. That stratus keeps things warmer than they would be otherwise at night, but cooler than they would be otherwise during the day. So you have a very short amount of degree separation between our highs and low temperatures. So freezing fog, flurries, low clouds through Saturday. Then everything starts to change starting on Sunday. A chance of some light snow, more snow possible Tuesday into Wednesday. Looking at that for the potential of some heavier snow, and then another round coming in on Thursday. Winter officially starts on Wednesday, and we're getting off very close to Christmas by this Thursday time frame. Looking out 8 to 14 day forecast, there are some very interesting changes happening in this roller coaster forecast. I will let you know what to expect and have your ski report in the next half hour. Aaron.
Chris, thank you. The Idaho Department of Health and Welfare says cases of RSV, flu, and COVID are on the rise.
Right now, little ones, seniors, and people with health conditions are most at risk for ending up in the hospital. Health officials say hospitals are swamped right now and waiting rooms are very crowded.
If you need to be admitted to the hospital, you might experience needing to board in the emergency department, which means spending more time in the emergency department before we are able to open up a hospital bed.
Now, health officials say people need to wear masks in emergency department waiting rooms. Hospital officials say kids with RSV in the ER usually need to remove mucus through suctioning, which could help prevent infection. They say pediatricians and other doctors are also being called in to help with patient caseloads. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family. We don't know how to handle certain situations, and hospice can come in and train us.
Takes a special person.
Yeah, I said, you are amazing at what you do. And she said, this is a calling, and I love what I do.
To learn how you can join the Hospice of Spokane team, visit hospiceofspokane.org.
Bill's Heating and Air is now accepting applications for plumbers, electricians, HVAC professionals, and highly motivated people wanting a career in the heating and air conditioning business. Every new hire is trained in our one-of-a-kind training center, featuring instructors with decades of HVAC experience and a climate-controlled state-of-the-art lab where employees receive extensive hands-on training. Apply today in person at 1007 North Boulder Court, Post Falls, Idaho, or call 208-777-5528.
Parents and grandparents hear it time and time again. Enjoy every minute because it goes by so quickly. With their first steps, they start imagining, exploring, and dreaming of what's next. You can help put those dreams in motion by saving for college with Washington's 529 College Investment Plan. Building their Dream Ahead account now can help them be ready for wherever their dreams take them. Give your student the gift of education today at wastate529.wa.gov.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home. This Christmas, treat yourself or a loved one to a new vehicle from Finley with delayed payments for up to 90 days and bigger than normal trade-in values for your old ride, giving you plenty of reasons to upgrade to a new RAV4, Tacoma, or Tundra truck. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got lots of great choices for everyone.
I'm looking for something sporty and fast.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Ho, ho, ho!
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic.
While driving through Spokane areas, you might see people pushing shopping carts on the sidewalks or on the side of the roads. Sometimes those carts end up abandoned, blocking the way. Now a city in western Washington has come up with a new way to battle the grocery cart problems. It approved a new ordinance making it illegal to use the carts on city streets.
KOMO's Mo Hader explains how they plan on enforcing the new rules and how the city's most vulnerable are responding.
Here in Federal Way, you'll see at times shopping carts where they're not supposed to be. Sidewalks, bushes, the side of the road.
There's been a major problem with shopping carts being pushed down the road. Typically, people who are homeless, many of them unfortunately have addiction or mental health problems. It presents challenges.
Jack Walsh is one of 5 Federal Way City Council members who voted to pass an ordinance that would make it illegal to use shopping carts in any city public right-of-way.
Help reduce shopping cart theft. 2, make the city more livable, more looking better, and number 3, help those who need help.
It'll be enforced by the Federal Way Police Special Operations Units, and a person would get a $50 fine and the cart will be taken away. The officer also helped direct them to recovery program services.
I have my backpack and a few other bags with maybe 6-7 set of clothes.
One man who is homeless and didn't want his face shown on camera says he understands the city's intention, but has his worries.
I don't have the bags to transport all this stuff. I don't have the opportunity to do that.
Walsh says bags will be given out for people to put all their things in, but the man we spoke with says this comes at a tough time.
The chill just goes right through your skin to your bones. It's already a task for us to keep warm.
Well, the ordinance has already gone into effect, but the city says it will not be enforced until next year. Around the nation tonight, starting in the fall, students in one district in Missouri are joining the list of schools switching to a 4-day school week, leading many other school districts wondering if they should do the same.
Supporters say it would help solve major issues in the classroom, but many parents aren't so sure. The district says the main reason for the switch is to attract more teachers, as schools across the U.S. are struggling with staffing shortages. Many teachers saying low wages, burnout are some of the reasons they're leaving the profession. For parents, one big problem with a 4-day school week is childcare. The district is offering childcare on Mondays, but at a cost.
I want to use the district services. I'm going to spend about $1,400 putting them in childcare.
Despite the challenges, more than 1,600 school districts nationwide have now ditched the 5-day school week, and so far research has shown no significant academic drawbacks for the kids.
The CDC is updating its growth chart for obese children and teens. Healthcare providers use standardized charts to track growth from infancy through adolescence, but they haven't kept up with rising obesity levels. The old obesity chart was based on data from 1963 to 1980 and only went up to the 97th percentile. The new extended one incorporates recent data and goes to higher body mass index values. According to the agency, more than 4.5 million children and teens were considered severely obese in 2017 and 2018. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including why it's back to the drawing board for the development company hoping to open that Chick-fil-A on the South Hill. And families across Spokane are sharing videos of what appears to be a serial package thief roaming around their neighborhoods. What police are saying and how you can protect your packages next on 4 News Now at 6.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. And it's the same for your heating bills. Since it will cost more to heat your home this winter, USA Insulation wants to give you control over your utility bills. Our premium injection foam keeps the cold outside and your warm, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs. Call now for a $500 early bird discount, plus low monthly payment plans.
USA Insulation.
Gather up your Christmas spirit for a very merry MeTV.
Ho, ho, ho!
We've gift-wrapped holiday surprises all season long. Go to MeTV.com to see the full Very Merry MeTV schedule.
And watch on MeTV 4.2.
Tis the season for cookies. And all week, we've got the most delicious holiday cookie.
This is so good. So good.
Now tomorrow, it's Ginger's turn to share her favorite holiday cookie. This is going to be so sweet. GMA's 12 Days of Cookies rolls on. Tomorrow on Good Morning America.
It's here once again. An adventure in Coeur d'Alene with family and friends. Trees will light up, snow will fall, while you're dining, shopping, and having a ball. Santa and STCU hid elves in secret spots. So keep an eye out, you could win lots. If you find our elf on a shelf while in downtown Coeur d'Alene, a Fig Pickles shopping spree, Seahawks tickets, or gift cards you could gain. So explore downtown shops like never before. Go to cdadowntown.com if you want to learn more.
Next ET, Harry and Meghan's docuseries drops its biggest reveals yet.
They're happy to lie to protect my brother.
Is the royal rift now beyond repair? Plus,
We're not good party people.
Only We're with Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest, their Christmas confessions, and our Santa surprise.
Can you do it?
Whoa, I think so.
Does it smell naughty or nice?
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Caught on camera, a man walks up to someone's front door, takes that package right off the front porch, and then walks away from that South Hill home. Now people living in other neighborhoods are sharing online that their packages are getting stolen by what appears to be the same person.
Yeah, the same guy. A family who reported that to Crime Check now says they're frustrated over ongoing package thefts this holiday season. Peter Choi explains why this family wants others to be more vigilant, plus how to help police catch these thieves.
People living on South Hill think there may be a serial thief in their neighborhood. It appears this same man stole one family's Christmas gift off their front porch. And neighbors say they feel unsafe and are frustrated to see other families being targeted.
Stealing Christmas presents from kids right now, so that's the heartbreaking part of it.
A stranger drove and parked in front of this family's house a few weeks ago and stole family's holiday joy.
Took 3 packages off of our doorstep, wearing a mask, so I'm pretty sure he knew he was on camera, and then took off.
It appears to be the same man showing up with the same card again and again.
I don't know that people are being hurt, but you definitely feel threatened, and it's definitely frustrating.
His family filed a report with Crime Check. The Spokane police say they see an uptick of package theft, particularly at this time of year.
Because people are increasingly utilizing online shopping to do their holiday shopping.
Spokane police say stealing packages can lead to felony charges depending on how much a package is worth. And installing multiple angles of security cameras at home can help officers solve the case.
Those types of pieces of information can get us us vehicle information. It can also get us a better description of what the person actually looks like.
The more specific the report is, the better it helps the police for bigger cases.
Aren't committing just one act, right? So these are individuals that are responsible for multiple acts, and oftentimes when we are able to make an arrest, we're able to close out multiple different cases.
Police recommend people avoid leaving packages outside too long, schedule the delivery, or have a trusted neighbor grab your package for you when you're not home. In Spokane, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
A live look over downtown Spokane tonight. The pavilion all lit up. Lots of holiday goings on tonight and through the weekend. Boy, watch your step though. There's so much ice on the sidewalks and on the parking lots. And even when you get to that spot where it looks like it is dry, we have that light freezing fog making things even more slick. Areas of freezing fog in the forecast tonight. It is going to remain colder than average through the 7-day forecast. Occasional snow flurries in the forecast, and then we have cold and snow on the way for next week. Temperatures around the region right now are below freezing. We have not cooled down much from our highs. In fact, we are hovering right about the mid-20s for the past several hours. The clouds keep things from warming up during the day, but also keep them from dropping much. But we'll be heading down into the teens, and any place that has a little bit of clearing, the temperature will drop dramatically. This evening, expect temperatures in the teens with areas of freezing fog, and we'll have more of the same on the way for tomorrow morning. I'll be back with your weekend forecast, plus some interesting developments for your Christmas outlook and beyond. That's coming up. Aaron?
Waiting to hear about that. Thank you, Chris. Well, the impacts of our weather are stacking up, and when we have more snow in the forecast, we're taking a look at how it impacts our kids getting to school. New at 6:30, Emily Bloom shows it's made a difference.
The snowfall so far this year has been tough for everyone. For the little ones who are traveling to school either by bus or by foot, it's been exceptionally tough. So much so, it's had an impact on overall attendance. The best place for kids is in the classroom, but sometimes life gets in the way.
So typically in a school day, we have about 10% of our students who are absent. However, when we have some cold days, definitely we do have a decrease in attendance in our schools.
On cold, snowy, icy days, that number is between 15 and 19%. And we've had 6 of those days so far this school year. Those numbers account for everything, including illness.
Well, we really want our students to attend school every day, right? Because in-person learning is really the best way for our students to learn as much as possible.
While SPS says kids in the classroom every day is the ideal scenario, they encourage families to consider the conditions of their own neighborhood.
Well, when we have inclement weather days, we do allow our families to make the decision that is best for them.
Kids can be excused from school when parents request under these circumstances.
It's a great place to be. They're with their teachers, with their friends, and they are able to just be a part of our school community. So we definitely want as many students in our buildings all the time when we're in class.
Citywide walkability is one of the many factors taken into account when the district evaluates whether or not to cancel school due to weather. And we all play a role in this.
Our staff works really hard as well to make sure that our sidewalks are clear and that our parking lots are clear so that when our students get to school, they can be as safe as possible.
Our responsibility is our own sidewalks. The city of Spokane has an ordinance in place that makes property owners responsible for keeping sidewalks clear and safe. Business and property owners are expected to clear a 36-inch path that will allow people to walk by safely by 9 a.m. after every snowfall. Reporting in Spokane, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Looks like it's back to the drawing board for the team hoping to build a new Chick-fil-A on the South Hill.
The development company had until Tuesday to appeal the city's decision plan. It included a new nearly 5,000 square foot location because of the number of parking spaces, and it would have been built on 29th and Regal right near the KFC. The city rejected the plan because the developers wanted to add 113 parking spaces, which violated city code that would only allow for 20 spaces. The city says a major redesign of the property would be necessary before they would consider giving the project the green light. Around the world tonight, an American from Minnesota freed yesterday from Russian-occupied eastern Ukraine after being held captive by Russian forces for months will soon make his way back to the U.S. The U.S. Air Force veteran says that Russian troops held him captive for months, falsely accusing him of working for the CIA and fighting for Ukraine. Speaking exclusively to ABC News, Swety Murakezi says he was tortured in a Russian jail where he was beaten and electrocuted multiple times. But for him, that wasn't the worst of it.
The hardest part was hearing the screams of other people, men crying. You know, I've heard one woman being tortured. You know, so it was. I saw dead people. So it was. Yeah, that was the hardest part.
He also claims Russians took his passport, so he had no way of safely leaving the war zone until he got help. Murakezi has been in touch with officials in the U.S. and Ukraine and is now going through debriefing protocols after his time being held by the Russians. He's hoping to be home by Christmas.
New tonight at 6:30, former President Donald Trump released digital trading cards, which he says showcase his life and career. The featured artwork also includes him as a superhero, astronaut, a cowboy. Each card is $99 and is an NFT, or non-fungible token, which is a digital collectible.
Also new tonight, senators on Capitol Hill are rushing to pass a spending bill to prevent the government shutdown.
We should move quickly to avert a shutdown today, without any unwelcome brouhaha that has caused shutdowns in years past. Democrats are ready to act at a moment's notice, and I hope Republicans will stand ready too.
Last night, the House passed a stopgap bill that would extend funding until the 23rd, giving lawmakers more time to finalize a broader full-year government funding deal. Last night, the House passed that bill, and one Republican lawmaker says he's fed up with the current negotiating process.
Look, this is like staring down both barrels of a double-barreled shotgun. My choices are worse and horrible. The problem is the process here, that we should have addressed all this months ago. The disease is our incompetence up here, not willing to take some tough votes to look at these one bucket at a time.
We're just a few days away from the Cougs taking on Fresno State in the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. Coming up, we're highlighting one talented player who's played a major role this season, one kick at a time. Next on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
ABC News, honored for excellence with 41 Emmy nominations, the most of any news organization anywhere. Thank you for making ABC News America's #1 news.
If you already know that a blend of tender, marbled Wagyu beef makes the best burger, good for you. Arby's Wagyu Steakhouse Burger is back. You beef genius? Arby's, we have the meat.
The icy winds of winter are here. Whether you're heading up to the slopes or just traveling through a mountain pass, you need a vehicle that can handle the icy conditions. Stay in control with trucks, and more trucks from Northwest Motorsport.
Oh, hey, Drew, you're back.
Can Mark come down and make a Northern Quest commercial?
Well, we were just getting ready to go to Maslow's for breakfast, so...
Please, honey.
Well, what am I supposed to do while you're making this commercial?
We'll need extras.
Extras?
It's easy. You just hang out in a fuzzy background while we say hilarious stuff.
Was that an example?
Ironstone Furniture and Fire wants you to have all the comfort and total joy. Whether it's a cozy reason to hit snooze, eat dinner, or a spot to kick back, we have furniture that is good looking, well built, and comfortable. Just add your favorite people. In stock now. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Hey, Greens. How's everything going today?
Hey, Robert. We're good. Just checking in on that car loan we applied for.
No worries. Let me pull that up. Yep. Looks like you're approved and all set.
Hey, that's great news.
So, you headed over to the dealership now?
Yep. Just gotta make one stop first.
And we got a great rate, too.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. Oh, creamy ranch. Oh, melty Swiss. Oh, roasty beef. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
We are just 2 days away from the WSU Cougars making their 7th bowl appearance in LA. And when we think about football, the first position that usually comes to mind, the quarterback, taking charge of leading the offense.
But in the final moments of a tight game, it sometimes comes down to a leg instead of an arm to win the game. Tonight, our Alex Crescenti live in LA, highlighting the talented and sometimes controversial kicker who will play a major factor in this week's game against Fresno State. Alex.
Yeah, that's right. You probably wouldn't guess it, but the leading scorer for Washington State in the last 2 Apple Cups is kicker Dean Janikowski. And just a few weeks ago, he continued his success in that rivalry game. And there was a moment at the end of the first quarter that sparked a lot of attention on social media afterwards. But it started with some trash talk, but ended in some good.
Well, I actually kicked it, and I jumped to the side because I couldn't see over the lineman and just got a good stare at it and then saw it went in and just lost it with the specialist. So I was super pumped on that.
On the first Cougar drive of the Apple Cup, Dean Janikowski hit a career-long 50-yard field goal as the ball hit the crossbar and bounced over. Naturally, giving your team the lead in a rivalry game calls for celebration. But it wasn't until the next day when a Husky fan page on Twitter decided to take a shot at Dean for the celebration, unaware of any meaning behind it.
I mean, I've gotten a lot of hate before. I've gotten death threats and stuff like that for just missed kicks and things like that. A lot of people bet a lot of money, so to miss a kick, I'll hear about it the next day, but I just ignore that. So it didn't really faze me. If anything, it got me excited because I was able to show them how important that kick is and why I celebrate.
After taking some time to think it over, he came up with a creative way to reply, saying for every field goal and extra point he makes this season, a donation is made to help kids who can't afford cancer treatments.
I replied to that guy saying that kick was worth $600, so I was pretty excited to be able to raise money like that.
The reason for the cause? Dean's mother, Heather, a former professional cyclist. In November of 2012, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and for almost the next decade, there were multiple remissions and flare-ups. But in 2020, it was detected in her lungs and the back of her brain.
I know I told Nick, and I told some of my other friends. Not a lot of people knew, and I kind of started telling more people, gotten more accepting to it, and when I came back from break last year, Coach Dicker gave me a scholarship, me being able to call my mom while she's in the hospital, being like, Mom, don't have to pay for school anymore. Got the scholarship, and everyone kind of, by then when I got that scholarship, everyone kind of knew the situation. And
just a few days later, she passed away.
It's been very hard not hearing her in the crowd. She was always the loudest one. So not being able to see her has been very tough for me.
But through the tragedy came a chance to do some good, as Dean and his family created the Heather Janikowski Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization committed to programs related to a healthy lifestyle for children and their families. In addition, Dean started his own Pledge It fundraiser.
I looked at it and I was like, okay, I'll use my platform and let's find a way to make kicking even more fun or get more people to even watch it, because I know most people, PATs, they almost don't even watch PATs. They almost just swipe away from it.
And as it turns out, the platform of a first-team All-Pac-12 kicker has a far reach, as his response on Twitter was seen by more than 220,000 people. And even though there's no love lost between the Cougs and the Huskies on game day, the humanity of the fan bases shine through, as Dogpack Dirt became the leading donor for Dean's Pledge It Challenge.
Pretty cool to see like everyone come together. There were so many UW fans that would DM me nice messages or donate. We raised over $5,000 overnight, and just being able to see everyone come together was actually really cool.
You know, we've talked about it many times, the most important things in life you can't measure, right? So he's out there impacting people through his play and through his God-given ability. I know where his heart's at every time he kicks that ball.
Even without his cause, Dean says he already celebrates more than most kickers. So moving forward, don't expect that to change.
What do you think your mom would say right now to see what you've been able to do?
I think she'd just be smiling. I think everyone in my family has been doing a great job and just really just focusing on that and looking for others. I think once I fixed myself and just kind of got through that tragedy, and now that I can help others and make other people smile, it's been really cool. So I think she'd be pretty happy.
And the good news for Cougar fans is Dean tells us he's still got another 2 years of eligibility to use, so some more chances to help propel the Cougs to some wins and help raise a lot of money for kids in need. Reporting tonight from SoFi Stadium, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Alex, thank you. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Through all the ups and downs, the twists and turns, quests and crushing defeats, the thrills and spills. Furniture Row has been your local source for high quality and affordably stylish home furnishings and mattresses. And for 50 years, we've worked hard to provide the largest selection of furniture at the lowest prices guaranteed. From our family to yours. Furniture Row.
What I want people to know about New America's involvement is that it's genuine and that we care.
That's why I work at a company that supports the community, because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in. I grew up needing help from the community, so for me to be able to give back has always been so special.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Hey, thanks for working through the holidays.
Clara, Dad says you're working over Christmas.
Here you go, Mrs. Parson.
Let me pay you.
No, you're not going to pay me.
We are the helping. Holly, happy holidays, Clara.
Thanks for everything you do, Clara.
We couldn't let you be alone for Christmas.
We purchased a tree.
Oh my gosh.
I think at Hospice of Spokane, it's not just a job. It's a career, but it's also a passion. Nurses, the social workers, the chaplains, the health aides, they just do a phenomenal job, and they get to know the clients. They don't come to treat just the client. They come to embrace the family as a whole.
To serve with the region's #1 hospice team, visit hospiceofspokane.org.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
That'll get your attention. Researchers at the University of Colorado are using lasers to shed some light on a public toilet issue. They found that powerful flushes of lidless public toilets can eject a plume of pathogen-packed water droplets. Look at it right there. It's like a Old Faithful.
Enjoy your dinner.
Always goes on time. It ejects water droplets into the air at speeds of up to more than 6 feet per second. So you can't just tap the handle and run for it. It's going to get you. Researchers say those particles can spread things like E. coli. Maybe use your foot and lean way into it and hit that handle and run.
Or just never leave the house again. Goodness gracious. Some people are having a harder time with that than others out there, I can imagine. Look out past. Here's a good reason to leave the house. The conditions are so great at our ski areas, and I've been seeing all these photos. They're up in the sun above the low clouds and fog, 49 degrees. Oh, and I forgot to mention, a week from today, if you dress like Santa, you get a really cheap lift ticket at Lookout Pass. 49 degrees north. They have an inch of new. This is all from the system that came through yesterday morning. But boy, the groomers are out. If you like to cruise the groomers, there's tons of great snow up at Schweitzer, and there's fresh snow coming, and it's not going to be as cold this weekend as forecasted perhaps earlier in the week. Although 15 tomorrow at Silver is pretty chilly. Mount Spokane, they've had a little bit of new snow, but plenty for the groomers to make nice and fresh. Forecast right now, we're on the edge of a ridge of high pressure in the northerly flow. We're bringing in the cold air, very stagnant air, however, and we've got the low clouds, freezing fog, occasional snow flurries for another couple of days. We start to see the changes in our upper level winds as early as tomorrow evening. We see that ridge of high pressure flattening a little bit. That is eventually going to allow a system in on Sunday, and we're still going to be seeing the cold air filtering in, but maybe not quite as cold as some earlier forecasts were showing. Here's our temperature trend over the next 7 days. It's still going to be darn cold. This white line right here is average. That's 33. We're going to be way down here for our highs. However, here we are the Thursday before Christmas. Indications are we're going to start to warm up and may just keep going. I have the whole nation on here for our 8 to 14 day forecast just to show you the teeter-totter going on. We've got this cold air plunging down this week and next into the middle of the country, and then it shifts to the east. It is going to be very cold there. Meanwhile, look at us in the oranges, above average temperatures. It is pretty much the coldest time of the year, so that's not saying much, but we may get a little break from the deep freeze and above average precipitation. So more snow in the mountains, and maybe we can thaw a little bit heading into the holiday after a very cold week leading up to. Fog and flurries the next couple of days. Snow on Sunday, still dialing in on the totals. Tuesday, snow, the potential for some heavier snow. Stay tuned. Winter officially starts on Wednesday, and then we'll start to warm up.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Before you hit the slopes, get the scoop on your favorite ski resort.
Join us every Thursday and Friday on 4 News Now for the Lookout Pass Ski Report. Check out conditions anytime on KXLY.com. Brought to you by Lookout Pass and their Eagle Peak Quad.
Brr, temperatures in the teens and snow on the way. Mark Peterson has your weekend forecast and a look ahead at what to expect over Christmas.
And Burzar, Spokane's largest all-local market, is back. See what's new this year tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
It's the musical television event of the season. Beauty and the Beast, a 30th celebration.
It's gonna be phenomenal.
Iconic, immersive.
The party of a lifetime.
Beauty and the Beast, a 30th celebration, tonight on ABC.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
So get moving. Come in for your free fitting.
It's a Christmas to remember at Dishman. Get great buys on Ram trucks and Jeeps or special markdowns on pre-owned SUVs and four-wheel drives.
But our best offer is a free big screen TV with every purchase. This week at Dishman.
Northwest Winterfest is open Fridays through Sundays. It's the Northwest's largest illuminated holiday and cultural festival, now indoors and bigger and better than ever, with displays up to 130 feet long and 25 feet high, plus live performances, free interactive children's activities, and free admission for kids 10 and under. So come celebrate the magic. Your tickets are waiting at northwestwinterfest.com.
The beautiful interior designer now accused of killing her stepfather because he was keeping nude photos of her. Next Inside Edition, Murder by Design? She says she's innocent. Then Harry and Meghan, the final 3 episodes released.
I wasn't being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves.
The explosive revelations. Are they putting their royal titles at risk? Next Inside Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
We're still talking about the toilet story. We're totally freaked out.
That's why we stopped talking. Like, oh boy, we got caught talking about a poopy situation.
Did they hear what we were saying in the commercial break?
It just shot out of the toilet. It was all lit up in green light.